So this is the section you entitle Media Money. And during this time, she brought in almost $1 million. So aside from the book deal, what else or how else was she making her money?
So she sold the rights to the book and some of her other materials for $125,000 to a documentary maker. Currently, you can watch it on Peacock. Don't start it till after you're done watching this video, though, please. It's named Stormy. Now, she only received 100,000 of that $125,000 there. So that's something we see a lot in this, in that when she's able to find money-making opportunities, the problems arise. She did not get all the money that she was promised. Going back to the book deal, Avenatti obviously stole the money, and she also ended up suing her agent for paying Avenatti in the first place, and that lawsuit ended up being settled. Then the last major payment we've seen from her media appearances was that she got $200,000 for appearing on VH1's The Surreal Life reality show back in 2022. Now, Stormy Daniels had made many mainstream appearances before then. She'd been in 40-Year-Old Virgin. She'd been in Knocked Up. But there's no way she would have commanded a fee of $200,000 like she did here if she was not, had this extra notoriety by being attached to Donald Trump. So we attributed that $200,000 to the aftermath of the alleged affair.
So part three, courtroom costs, put her in the red by $440,000. Media Money boosted her to over $500,000 at $540,000. Part five is the police payout. What's that about?
Yeah, I think this is the second biggest payout of anything she's received that we know of. She received $450,000 as part of a settlement with Columbus, Ohio police in 2019. The previous year, they had arrested her on a sting. In her lawsuit, she points out that the police who did this were Republicans. They were Donald Trump supporters. They went out of their way to bust her for violating an act that bans nude dancers or semi-nude dancers from touching patrons. The charges were dismissed within a day, and she ended up getting this $450,000 payment out of it.
So the ballpark tally that you came up with is $990,000, almost $1 million. But at the end of the day, as this is played out on the national stage now for over half a decade, is there any indication that she thinks it's worth it?
No, not at all. I mean, she testified that a couple times. At one point she said that her life was certainly better beforehand. She was unknown. She was living in Texas where people didn't know what her job was. They just knew her as her daughter's mom. She had wonderful friends there. She didn't have to worry about security. So she definitely, comes across as thinking it's not worth it. Additionally, that 990,000 figure, there's going to be some deductions off that. We didn't talk about taxes. We didn't factor taxes into that at all. There could be some additional agent's fees. We attributed all 200,000 of the Surreal Life, but she probably ended up having to pay an agent on that. There could be some other legal fees as well. So I am really excited. We reached out to her. She said she couldn't talk due to the trial going on, but would be happy to speak with us afterwards. The only thing she would tell me was this thing about Avenatti not having paid her yet. So I'm eager to chat with her afterwards. And she said she would answer all of the questions, of which I sent her a very lengthy list. So, we'll probably get back at some point when this trial is over. I'll be happy to talk to you again there about, what else we've learned.
I would definitely love a follow-up. I'm sure our viewers would as well. Zach Everson, per usual, thanks for the conversation.